YouTube, what is going on? It's been a little while. It's been a little while since I've gone live. We're getting a horrible lighting issue behind me, but I think we'll be all right. I think we can fight through it. Maybe. Oh, that's horrible. I should really turn that light off. Maybe we'll just leave it right there, and I'll work with my left hand. I'm right-handed. But so what we are going to do here, we are going to give away a drone. Members of Drone Exclusive. If you're not a member of Drone Exclusive, you should really get there and join up. Definitely join up. We do lots of giveaways in there, and it's 99 cents. It's 99 cents a month. And then we are also going to talk about the Firefly 2 lightly. If you don't know nothing about the Firefly 2, I got the box right here. The original Firefly, I pushed hard. I pushed the original Firefly, which was a $20 1080p camera. Looks much like this one, but this one is said to shoot in like 2.7K 1080p 60 frames per second, and the video quality is amazing compared to the $20 one. Not to say the $20 one there was anything wrong with the $20 one, but this one's just better, and it's about double the price. I'm really not going to push it hardcore because again, there's tons of cameras out there around that price range. But let's get what I'm going to do. I'm going to not pay a little attention to you guys and go over here. And I'm not seeing any comments. Let's see, top check, cancel. I don't know. There's 15 people. There we go. John says, hey, what's good? Happy Father's Day tomorrow. Yes, and if you're a father, John, happy Father's Day to you, as well as all the other fathers out there tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on YouTube in front of the computer that I have on me, and I'm going to grab this link. I'm going to drop it in Drone Days. I'm going to drop it in Drone Exclusive, and then we are going to get on with the show. Drone Home 360, what up? Larry 4227, what up? We are going to type in Y. That'll get me to YouTube. We should just go down to JDrone YouTube, and we're going to click enter. I could turn my screen around, that way you're not looking at my ugly mug. Maybe. I definitely need to be able to turn my screen around. There, reverse. Zigzag Ground Zero, what up, man? Dolly Curl, what up? Chad, what is going on? Hello from Badger State FPV. Here we go. So this is what we're doing. We are, bam, that's where we're at right now. This is the feed that you're on right now. What up? Nice to get together. 360, absolutely. We're going to click here. I'm going to click pause. I'm going to go up to my URL up here. I'm going to copy this, and I have everything already set, so I don't got to find anything. This is Drone Exclusive, where I announced that we were going live in 36 minutes. And the reason I'm doing this so early is for my friends in the UK. Last time I thought I was doing it early for the people in the United States around like 5 or 6 o'clock, and come to find out that's pretty late for the guys in the UK. So Perth, West Oz, what is going on, brother? We are just dropping links in Drone Days and also in Drone Exclusive for people to join the feed here, and then we will continue on our giveaway. We will also, I'm just going to click paste here, not even going to put a title, and then we'll also talk about the break-in if you guys want to. I know a lot of people wanted to update on that. Little kid broke into my house. That video's up as well. We're going to go over here to Drone Days. What somebody's already asking, what happened to the kid crook in your house? We'll talk about that. We will talk about that. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. I just want to drop it here. This is an image. That's an image from the Firefly, and I can actually show you footage too once we get on with that as well. But the giveaway will be first. So why do I not see anyone using Venom batteries? I've never used Venom batteries. I know I have a friend, last name Holland. He's used them, and he's pretty much a vet in the RC community. He's been around long before I have. So that's right there. All right, we're gonna flip this. We're gonna flip this around to my ugly mug for a second. So again, I will recap what we are doing here, guys. We are going to be talking about the Firefly 2. Bamzo. Right. Again, I know a lot of people that use Venom batteries, but I never have, so I can't speak on them. I'm going to be talking about that after the giveaway. The giveaway that we are giving away is Bamzo, that Beetle with the two. Has two cameras, one in the front and one in the bottom. It's pretty neat perspective, and the quality from the Wi-Fi FPV is pretty good as well. I have a review on that drone. The one that I'm giving away is not the one that I used in that. Venom chargers, not batteries. I don't know nothing about Venom chargers. I have a slew of chargers, the B6, Tenergy. I have a couple other chargers. I have a really tiny charger that I need to review yet as well. I think it's the world's smallest charger, but it's definitely hobby grade. So I don't know anything about that. But all right, let's get on with the show. Let's get on with the show. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get close to my ugly mug again, and then turn this around right here. And if you want to see the picture, Bamzo, that's the picture that came from 1080p 60 frames per second video. We're not talking about that right now. Here we go. So this is what it is. These are the people that are entered in this drawing. How you were able to get entered in this drawing. You must be a Drone. David Reese, what's going on? Drone exclusive member. And if you were a Drone exclusive member, you would have seen this post, which will jump over here. You would have seen this post, which told you it's live. Go here. Read post to answer, and that would have directed you a post on the Shark Spark page, and all you had to do is tag 3 people and be a member. Really simple. So we do have something to discuss. We have something to discuss, and this is on you guys right here. This man right here is the man out, Douglas Troyer, okay? He did not follow the directions correctly. He tagged 3 people on Drone Exclusive page, not on Shark Sparks page. He did, however, make a brand new post on Shark Spark page and tag 3 people. What are we doing? I need you guys to comment down below. Let him have a spot, or he didn't follow the rules. Just let me know. The first 3 is the deciding factor. Let him have a spot, which if he's going to have a spot, he's going to be an A. Everybody's ABC. I'll explain that in a minute. Or he didn't follow the rules. Get on your typing. Let him have it, Tom Sun says. I need 2 more, let him have it. I need 3 more, he didn't follow the rules. And that will decide if he gets a factor in this giveaway here. Come on, guys, get on them keyboards. That's 2. Okay, 3. He's in. He's in. He is in. So that's 4 people that said let him in, and that was on you guys. I didn't want to be the deciding factor on that. I didn't want to say yes and have people mad at me. I didn't want to say no and have you guys be like, oh, you really should have let him in. So he's in. So Mr. Question Mark over here is an A. So all right. So why do we have A, B, and C? It's really simple. A, B, C, A, B, C. Everybody is labeled A, B, and C because we're going to be using the wheel decide like I always do. We're going to tilt this backwards, I think. And the first 3 choices on the wheel are going to be A, B, and C. So that's what it is. And then once we get all our A, B's, and C's, if whatever, I think he was an A. Let's see here. Whoop, we're going to jump back down here. If A gets it, I'm going to have to add a 10 here. All the other ones are 1 through 9. Where is Drone Exclusive located? No problem. Don't be sorry about that. I can help you out. It's on Facebook. This is Drone Exclusive. I'll give you a little sneak peek into it for non-paying members. Drone Exclusive is right there. It's 99 cents a month, man. And again, it's not for these giveaways. It's basically, yeah, it is too late for you now, but as soon as this is over, we're starting another giveaway. I have 2 other drones to give away. This has been a constant revolution of giveaways, and I've gotten nothing from the group from the subscriptions yet, unfortunately, but hopefully in the future I will be able to cash out on it. Subscriptions, there's the link for Drone Exclusive, and then the membership fee will pay for this. As of now, we've done a bunch of subscription giveaways, and I've footed the bill. I've footed the bill to 2 drones to Canada, which cost nearly $100. I've footed the bill to 2 drones to the United States, which cost me around $50 or $60. And this one I'm footing the bill too. The first couple drones were out of my personal inventory. The next couple drones were given to me from manufacturers, and I have 2 other drones sitting from a manufacturer that'll be given away. So yes, if you're not in Drone Exclusive right now, the link is in the top chat in the conversation thing. Definitely click on it. It's 99 cents. It's 99 cents not for these giveaways. It's to thank me as a creator. If you like J-Drone, throw me 99 cents a month. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'm gonna throw drones at you monthly. And I think we did 3 or 4 last month. So if you want to join the group, join the group. But let's get on with what we were doing here, which I don't know what we were doing. I think we were, how many members in Drone Exclusive so far? Drone Exclusive has 68 members. Facebook is holding $100 threshold. So you can figure at one point we were at like 72, 73. You can figure maybe this has been open maybe 2 months, so I might be getting kickback from them finally. No, I'm not. I lied. They hold $100 threshold for 3 months. So I'm not going to see any I'm not going to see any money from Facebook anytime soon. And I mean, that's typical with other, if you're affiliate for other people, they generally hold for like 3 months to make sure that stuff doesn't bounce, make sure there ain't returns, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or they're just investing the money because they know how to invest money wisely, and that's free money. And if they cash out on that, then bam, they could pay me 3 months later. But anyway, back to the show, back to explaining. Beyond trees, I'm good. How are you? So what we are going to do here is further explain this wheel. So A, B, or C. If you are A, B, or C, we are going to go to the second wheel. Then the top three. Let's see, top 3 out of 9 or 10 people. A will have 10 people in it. B and C only have 9 people in it. The top 3 people will go to the final wheel, which I don't know. Did I set it up? I think I set it up already. Yes. Top 3 will go to the final wheel, and 1, 2, and 3. If you are labeled 1, 2, and 3, whoever gets that spot on the wheel will be the winner, and then you will contact me. Good luck. I'm not in one other side. No, I picked up the Blade Theory XL by Firefly. It is one heck of a drone, and I missed it. It faded. Come on, cancel. I want to finish reading that. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for that. My wife has a belligerent notification for her text messaging. Here, take your phone and turn that off, please. That'd be great. What up, Jay? Gotta go. AutoZone water pump. Your beard is almost as long as mine now. It's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, time to fly. Yes, time to fly on this giveaway. Let's fly on this giveaway. And again, let's see here. These are the entries. As you can see, XXXXXXX. I didn't even leave that to you guys. He only tagged one person. It was very simple. The instructions were very simple. Douglas kind of got confused with them, but this guy only tagged one, so I already X'd him out. I don't even think he's a member of Drone Exclusives anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's the people that's in it. Let's go. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. We are jumping over to our first wheel decide that is already preset here. And again, we'll focus here. A, B, and C is what it is. And we will be going for 65 seconds on the spin. Let's see. How do we apply wheel changes? Apply wheel changes. And we got A, B, and C, and we'll try to hold this up so you guys can see this really clearly. Good luck to me and everyone else. Yes, good luck to everyone else. And for the second round, which, let's see, the second round, we'll explain the second round a little bit further once we get to it. Do I got volume? Let's make sure we got volume because this thing ticks. We got 100% volume, and we are going to go ahead and go for the spinneroo. A, B, or C. Do 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 do. This is your elevator music for the spinny. Do 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 do. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Horrible elevator music. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Mark, what's going on, brother? Tick, 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 tickety, tick, tick, tick. It's getting down. It's getting down there. We got a 3-piece pie here. 3-piece pie. You have like 33.3 repeating chance of getting into the second round. Journey with Jay. What's going on, brother? Haven't talked to you in a little while, my good friend. If anybody likes Urbex stuff, go over to Journey with Jay's channel. He does a lot of Urbex stuff, and he's one of my hometown homies. So it looks like it's probably going to be B, unless that rotates long over to the A. No, it's definitely going to be B. If you are a B, you are a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Bloop. Wait for it. It's not official till we get it. Bloop. There it is. All right, so we got a B. So B, you guys who are B, which we would jump down here and see who B. These are now going to get labeled with numbers. John will be 1. Let's see. We'll try to focus in on this. Trying to focus. Tim, or no, Ben. Lucky Ben, dude. Ben is super lucky, dude. He took 2 drones for me last time and was the official winner on the last time. He was having his number called left and right. 2. and we're gonna go 3, and we're gonna go Mark's in it to win it. 4, and we will go Sean Cunningham. Let's see, 5, and we will go, let's see, Mr. Willie, my homie Willie. Where's my chicken? My wife cooks, so if you're expecting chicken from me, it's going to be raw, bro. I will pull it from the freezer and hook you up. 6, we got 7. There should be 9 total. 7, 8, and Chris, my man Chris, homie in Canada, is number 9. So what I'm going to do to also help myself out here is, if I can figure out how to do it, background font, let's go widescreen here. Bamzo. That did not help me at all. I was looking for my whatever, I can see it. Or there it is. Here we go. We're gonna go up here and we are gonna highlight these people. That way it makes it super simple to find them. We're going to highlight John, bam, 1, Ben, Mr. Lucky, 2, Ryan Donovan, 3, Mark, number 4, and number 5 is Mr. Sean Cunningham. And we are gonna go over here to Willie. My homie Willie is number 6. Can I be 10th? You can't be 10th. There's only 9. You can join Drone Exclusive. The link is in the chat, and it's 99 cents to join, and you could be in on the next one. There will be a next one that starts shortly thereafter this one ends. So if you want to get in on some free drones, that's what it is. The people highlighted are the people in the next round. So let's go ahead and go to the next round, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. You have your 1 through 9 here. We are going to be running this a little bit longer just for a little more anticipation. 80 seconds on this one, over a minute and a half. Jim, what's going on, brother? Happy to see you here. Always happy to see you. Appreciate you checking in. Apply wheel changes. So what we have here is fairly difficult to see because they got the outer rim shaded. Hey, what up, J Drone, Trinidad, and in the house? What up? Happy to have you here. Absolutely happy to have you here. So we are going to go ahead and give a little spinaroo. Hope I didn't miss it. LOL. We're on the second round. This is the second round. Show you who's involved in the second round. The people that are highlighted are your second round contestants. If they have their number picked, they will go to the third round. Right. These are, dude, it's 1 and 9. You got 1 and 9 to get that third round. Then it's going to be 1 and 3. Odds are great. You don't get better odds than this in any Facebook group point, period. And I'm not trying to explode Drone Exclusive to like 1 million people. I would be happy with 200. I'd be happy with 200 people in the group. Odds would still be great, and then we could start doing things. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's spin it. Let's spin it. Spinny, 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 spinny. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers right there. That's what you want. That's what you want right there. Everybody's numbers flashing by that little ticker. And again, this is going to go for like a minute and a half. We're going to keep it on it. And as you can see, guys, whoop, this is being done live. There is no trickery. I know there was a couple YouTubers and a couple Facebook people that were doing this, and somehow they were pre-recording it or whatever, and then doing it live, and they were basically rigging it, and that's completely shot out. We are definitely not doing that. Ticket, 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 tick, tick, tick. So again, we're going to spin this wheel 3 times. Tick, 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 tick. Here we go. We'll get in close on it. It says, come on, number 3. There's your number 3. It's going to have to go around full circle, which the wheel's still moving. It's still dragging. It's looking like it's going to be that red one, though. Looking like it's going to be that red one, unless it's still spinning pretty heavy. Is it going to hit 4? Going to hit 4? Nope. Looks like it is number 5. So we're going to wait for a bleep to make it official. And then we will go re-highlight whoever number 5 is. Who's number 5? We got to jump back down here to my paint document. And number 5 is Mr. Sean Cunningham, my homie flying Jersey. So what we are going to do, we are going to, we need to mark him with a number 1 now outside the box. We're going to go number 1, red, and we are going to highlight him in yellow now. And that will be the first person on the next one. Bamzo. Right there. So If you get a red number, you're on the second round or the third round. All right, here we go. So spinny again. I must be the last man on the planet without Facebook. No, I know a couple people that follow me on YouTube that don't have Facebook, and I mean, it might be something to consider, even if you don't want the propaganda of Facebook. You don't want the political BS of Facebook. You don't want the drama of Facebook. Maybe just to be a part of a drone group. I know a lot of people are on there just for that. Let's go ahead and spin it again. Let's go. Let's get another number. Lucky winner, lucky winner. Chicken dinner not on J-Drone because I ain't cooking it. I'll hook you up with the chicken though if you really want it. So if you want chicken, I'll take it out of the freezer instead of the drone for the winner. Whatever you want to do. My wife ain't gonna be too happy about that because she does the shopping and she got the meals planned. So we will be short on some chicken if you don't want this drone. It'll probably end up being spoiled because I'm not gonna pack it in ice shipping either. So you're probably better off with the drone if you win. Probably better off with the drone if you win. It's ticking down. It's ticking down. It's ticking down. It's ticking down. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. If you hear the beeping in the background, that's batteries that are fresh charged. Love my drones. What up, brother? Here we go. Here we go. 2, 1, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that 9? I think that's a 9. I believe 9 off the top of my head is my Canadian brother, Chris. Waiting for it. Bloop. Come on, give it to me. Bloop. 9. So 9, we're going to go back down here. And I was correct on that. My Canadian brother, 9. What is the prize? The prize is this. Yes, that is the prize. What's up, Scott? That is the prize. And again, if you're not a member of Drone Exclusive, I will throw that link in the chat if somebody doesn't beat me to it. I'd prefer somebody beat me to it because I'm kind of doing a whole bunch of things here. So what we are going to do, we are going to get on color red. We are going to go over by Chris. He is the second person in round 3. And we got one more person to join up, and then we will box him out yellow to make it easy on J-Drone's eyes. And grab it. And my batteries are done charging, dude. I got some new batteries I'm testing. They're done charging. Ron, what's going on? So here we go. Chris, number 2. We got 1 and 2. Let's go. Let's get one more person into the final round. And ready, set, go. After this round, before we do the last round, I will drop Drone Exclusive's link into the chat if somebody hasn't beat me to it. Somebody said they need 8 mofo. If somebody has their number selected twice, they will get that number and they will have 2 chances in the final round. However, we will select the 4th person because I want 3 individuals in the last round. Almost on that 3. Think it's just going to pass you. Well, it's passing 2. That wheel got some steam on it. Got some steam on it. And I think Chris is getting another bat in on the second round. There goes his odds. So guess what, guys? We are spinning this wheel again. Last time I offered free drones on a double number and I killed myself in shipping. Wait for it. Bloop. So here we go. So Chris is getting the 3rd spot, which we're going to add a 4th spot to the final round, so it'll be a 25% chance of winning that drone in the final round. Chris gets spot 2 and 3. Let's go over here, and we will just sneak a 3 alongside of that. I ain't highlighting it. We need one more person. We will, and I didn't want to downsize that. Let's raise that back up. Let's pop this back up. So this is our final wheel. Originally, we had it 1, 2, 3, but I don't want to kill myself on shipping, so we are allowing Chris to have 50% chance of winning, and we are going to get one other person in there. So we are going to spin this for the last time, hopefully. But again, if somebody's number, which it'd be Flying Jersey, if Jersey's number gets called, he will also get another spot. If number 5 gets called, he'll get the 4th spot, and we'll spin it again to get another person. I want 3 people in on the last one. So the more your number gets called, the more your chances going up winning, but we are going to have 3 people in that final spot. Hopefully you can appreciate what I'm doing. I'm trying to get more people involved in this and also save myself on shipping and not just ship drones out to people who have their numbers called. Let's get this spinning for the last time, I think. Tick, 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 tick. What's the dilly with the wheel thing? The wheel thing is deciding people who have a chance to win the drone. Drone up for grabs is a Shark Spark dual image camera drone. It is the Beetle, and it's a pretty dope drone. I haven't seen anything quite like it on the market. It is a brush drone. We got people calling for 6. I know we got my man calling for 3. He's been calling for 3 the whole day. We got the numbers up there, and this wheel is spinning. It's spinning. It's spinning. You see your number there? See it? See it? See it? See it? It is slowly slowing down here, though. And again, if you're not a part of Drone Exclusives, there's no way for you to be in this giveaway, but I will put the link for it. You can definitely join. Shortly after this, we will have a 2 drone giveaway that will be up that you can definitely join in on. Ticket, 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 ticket. Looks like it's going to be 6. I don't remember Jersey's number. I'll wait till it goes bloop. I think Jersey's number was 5, maybe. Bloop. Number 6. Let's see here. Let's go over here. And number 6 is Willie. My man Willie is number 6. So we are going to give him the 4th and final spot in the wheel. We are going to go over here. We need to mark red. And we are going to give number 4. Number 4. Bamzo. And we are also going to... Let's see here. I need to highlight it yeller. We're going to highlight it yeller. And we're going to go out here. All right. So let's go to our final wheel. We have 3 contestants, 4 spots. Chris owns 2 of the spots. Sean Cunningham has 1 of the spots. And my man Willie got 1 of the spots as well. So we are going to spin this once. Just one time. The person that gets that is the winner. 1-1-1. Perth, West Oz in the house. My man from down under in Australia. If you're here, you probably like drone reviews. And my man Perth West does it like it should be done. Doesn't sugarcoat stuff and puts it out there like, again, it should be done. So we have our 4 spots here. 4 spots. We also are going to be running this for 99 seconds. Oh, the delay. Oh, the drama. But before we get to that, we are going to go over here. And this is the feed. I need to copy Drone Exclusives link like I said I would for people who are not a part of Drone Exclusive and maybe want to join. We're going to go over here to the giveaway. We're going to hit paste. And we're going to hit return. So there, click on that, join up. It's 99 cents a month. It ain't gonna hurt you. You buy more soda in a month than that. Paul, what's going on, man? What's going on, Paul? So recap, we got 3 people on this wheel. We have 1 person that has a 50% chance of winning. That's Chris. He had his name called twice on the last one, allowing for Mr. Willie to get a spot on it. Sean Cunningham was the first person to get called. 1, 2, 3, 4 are your spots. Let's get this wheel spinning. Let's get this wheel spinning. And we are going to... Okay, that's not our wheel right there. We need to get our wheel situated. Apply wheel changes. And again, I don't do this prior to the live video because I like you guys see it's all, yeah, Jersey, you made it. You made it, Jersey. Check this out, bro. You're 1 of the last 3 on the final spin. Your number's 1, Jersey. If you get, if 1 gets called, the drone's yours. If 2 or 3 gets called, it's Chris's. If 4 gets called, it's Willie. So let's go ahead and pop back over to the wheel. Pop back to the wheel. Jersey coming in late and on the most important moment here. That yellow's you, Jersey. So you want that to spin. And 3, let's see, 2 and 3 is Chris, and the other white one is my man Willie. So let's get a little spinneroo. This is gonna go for 99 seconds, just for a little delay, a little drama, a little anticipation, a little bit of nail biting. And again, guys, I will stay live for probably about a half an hour after this feed just to show you a little bit of footage from the Firefly before I get my review up, which hopefully the review will be up today, if not tomorrow. And yes, Journey with Jay, my Urbex brother. Again, if you like Urbex stuff, go over to Journey with Jay. He does some pretty dope stuff. And that's basically what he does. He acquired a Spark recently. I don't know how that's going. How's that going with your Spark, brother? Definitely check him out. I'm trying to drop some names here. Good luck, fellas. I'll see you on the next giveaway. Ryan, absolutely. And the next giveaway, we will have 2 drones going up at the same time, so better chances for people to win. Will be a little bit more costly out of my pocket, but I'm good with that. It's all for the good of the cause. You guys are helping me out. You guys are watching me. You guys are helping me grow. Still never got it in the air. What are you doing, Jay? Never got it in the air. That's horrible, brother. Bam, there goes Jersey's 1. There goes Willie's 4. There goes Chris's 3 and 2. Coming back to Jersey's 1. I think it's going to pass it. Back to Willie's 4. And Mr. 50% chance odd, unless the wheel got more steam than I think it does. I think Chris, Mr. Canada, Mr. Hurt My Pocket, Mr. Ship Out of the United States is the winner. I think he is. I think I'm going to, bam, right on the 2, too. It's like almost needled on that, too. I think I'm going to have to fill out a custom form and get my pocket hurt a little bit. Get my pocket hurt a little bit. Bleep. Number 2. Number 2. Let's see who number 2 is. Verify my memory. Number 2 is Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, we are going to highlight him in the best color. Actually, that's not even it. We're going to go find the best color. Best color is, bloop, right there. It's like a bright lime green. That is the best color. If you didn't know, now you know. Jersey's so close, but no cigar. We are just going to highlight right there. That's the winner. We're going to re-highlight Mr. Chris right there. Bam, super highlighted. It is going. I'm in the United States, guys. These drawings are always open worldwide. Again, drone exclusive. It costs 99 cents. This drone will be going to Canada. Won't be the first time I've shipped something to Mr. Chris to Canada. That's how I know he's from Canada. And it's going to hurt my pocket a little bit, but it's all for the good of the cause. At least he can fly that in Canada. See, I don't know the new laws in Canada. I know they're pretty strict. That light behind me is horrible. It was a good draw. It absolutely was a good draw. I'm going to go ahead and save this. 2 out of 3. Come on. Nope, not 2 out of 3. Not 2 out of 3, Jersey. We did, this was a 3-stage. There was 3 wheels. You made it past the first 2 to the third one, so you was pretty lucky. You was definitely pretty lucky. So that's so it was 2 out of 3. Kind of. It was, I don't know. There's 3 wheels. But save, we're gonna click save. So here, we're gonna flip this around. I'm gonna show you what my Facebook looks like. We're going to go in the drone days. No, we are not going to go in the drone days. We are going to go to my desktop, my messy desktop. It's not as messy as it usually is. So check it out. This is footage from the Firefly cam, just to give you a little sneak peek. We'll draw it back here. We will hit play. It's pretty clean footage. There's no frame skipping. The color saturation is nice. This is going to be a lot tougher with new members coming on board. It will be a lot tougher with new members coming on board, but the new members coming on board has been a little bit slow. And we got people dropping out too. People that don't win drop out. People that join don't resubscribe, and it is what it is. I'm fine with it, man. But again, guys, this is footage from the new, as you can see there, Firefly 2 action camera. It's the cube camera. It looks much like the $20 one. We're going to shoot up over the trees here. Whoop. Color saturation is great. You can change all the saturation effects, contrast effects. You can change it to do 2.7K. You can also do FPV with this. It's a nice camera. I'll keep this rolling just for a couple more seconds. And then we will touch on the house break-in, the kid break-in. Anybody want to hear about the kid break-in? Anybody didn't hear about the kid breaking into my house? Kid broke into my house, man. He was in my drone room. He was in my drone hoard. He also jacked a couple $100 from my house. Fortunately, I came in on the kid prior to him leaving. but my money got left in holding. I don't got my money, so my money got anyway. Pretty clean footage, right, guys? I mean, this is coming from a super cube. I might not resub, bro. Lost my job and my car totally broke. I hear you, Jersey. Again, life happens. Life happens. If it cops couldn't get it back, no, I got it back, dude. We'll talk about that in a minute. Jersey, not Jersey, Journey with Jay. Got lots of J's bouncing around here. We'll talk about that in a minute. Did I win? RC Fun did not win unless you are Chris. Unless your name is Chris. I don't know Chris's YouTube handle. And again, Jersey, call me Jay. RC Fun says call you Jay. There's too many J's going on here. I can't do that. But all right, this video is almost over. We are over in 30 seconds. Again, this is the footage coming off of the new Firefly 2. And I'm about to hit a dope gap here. I'm about to hit a dope gap. I did not do it on purpose, but it definitely looked really good. Back, but I don't have an account and money. It's cool, Jersey. It is cool. I am not harping on you. No, I was not in acro. I thought about going in acro, but my camera. Okay, so we didn't hit the dope grab on that one. I had two footages. I really should have shut that light off. So I wasn't in acro on that just for the simple fact that I had a hard time mounting that, and that was to the whoop that I had built for me that carries the GoPro, the Squirt Killer that I've dubbed it. Have a good one, fellas. 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Jeez, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know Australia's time was that deep. I accommodated this video for UK. You look cloudy, you blazing sun. I'm not blazing something. That's just my back camera. I don't blaze. However, I have been CBDing. I've been vaping some CBD because I got really bad shoulder pain from being an idiot. When I was a youth, like 19 years old, I was flying down a really steep hill on a Razor scooter. There's only one J, and bam! I was flying down a really steep hill on a Razor scooter. It didn't even have the platform; it was a frame, and I was going way too fast. I tried to brake, the back end started shaking, and it would not stop. And then my front end got caught in a famous Pennsylvania pothole, and I went flying like Superman. And I hit this shoulder, and I've had horrible pain ever since. So when I did the Route 66 travels, was in South Carolina. I tried a CBD gummy. It took the pain away. It took the pain away, man. And so in Pennsylvania, at the gas station, they have CBD gummies that work, but they make me drowsy. And as of recently, I've been vaping CBD, and it's been getting rid of my pain. It doesn't give you the whole head high that 420 would. I'm familiar with that. I used to be a 420 enthusiast, but not anymore. But all right, so we're not blazing anything. It's just a horrible back camera. All right, so what are we going to talk about? I've shown you the Firefly camera. I will have a review on that soon. It's like a $40 camera that shoots amazing footage. It weighs really light. You can put it on just about anything. You're probably going to be able to put it on a SEMA X5C. Now, the kid break-in. So if you're not familiar with it, yes, Jay's like, kids stealing your stuff. Get to it, dude. So here, I will show you what I have. I'll show you what I have on YouTube already. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll replay it for you. It's a really short clip. I took it from my DVR. I didn't put everything in there. The kid was in my house for nearly 2 hours. The kid was in Jay Drone's house for nearly 2 hours, and unfortunately, my wife got a new phone, and we weren't getting alerts from my security camera on her phone, which we normally would have. But we're going to go ahead and flip this around and show you if you didn't get it. Kid breaks into Jay Drone's house. Let's skip. Let's do a little skippy. Skip. So, all right, here we are. He did steal that Hubson. That little micro Hubson fit right in his pocket. He had no issues putting that Hubson in his pocket. I haven't found it. I found the packaging. You said they took a crap. Yes, he did. This little fella right here, which I kept his face out of these videos just for his own protection and for his own privacy, despite the fact he invaded my privacy. I have DVR footage. Look, he has no shoes on. Why does this kid have no shoes on? He's a pro. He's a pro. At 10 years old, this kid's a pro. He took his shoes off prior to entering my house so he could sneak around and not be heard. Dude, that's pretty epic. So he's over at the edge of the table where I keep a lot of good stuff on that table. A lot of good stuff's on that table. He's looking around, and looking around. He ended up grabbing, which is in his hand right now, and he's tiptoeing, tiptoe through the tulips. All right. So he took one of my collector's Cadillacs, which is not meant to be played with. It's screwed on a base. He ended up bringing it out into the living room. He ended up unpackaging it and ended up breaking it because I assume he wanted to stick that in his pocket. How do I join the draw for the giveaway? The giveaway is over, but you can join Drone Exclusive. I might be able to. Somebody pipe in Drone Exclusive's link down there. You can join Drone Exclusive for the next one. That's the Bugs 3 Mini set up with GPS that he was picked up. Look at that. Close the box. Thanks for closing the box, kid. Appreciate your kindness here. So, and again, we'll get in depth because again, this kid was in my house for 2 hours. Yes, what a POS. Here we are. Look at his hands. Look at his hands, homie. Look at his hands. He got a handful of drones, right? And he dipped. He dipped behind the trees, right? So this kid is a pro. Bot Grinder, he's a good dude from Pennsylvania. I watch him. But let's get out of, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's drop the link to Drone Exclusive in there, and then we will have a face-to-face about what I think about the matter, what I think about what had happened to me, and also address any questions that you guys might have. We're going to click paste again. That should be the, bam, Drone Exclusive. That's how you enter these giveaways, Drone Exclusive. Put some bear traps, right? Right? All right, so let me give you a little bit of history about where I live, okay? Where I live used to be where my grandmother and her husband, boyfriend lived, so through marriage, grandfather, okay? Through the course of the time, my grandmother needed to live elsewhere, and my grandfather was just living here, again, married in grandfather. Towards the end of my grandfather's life, he got a little bit loopy. Like, he straight up wrapped trees with copper tubing, wrapped copper wire around trees. This property was a mess, right? It sucks. It does suck that it happened to me, but I am thankful it happened to me. What? How are you thankful it happened to me? That's why I'm giving you the wind-up here. That is why I'm giving you the wind-up of where I live and the history of where I live and blah, blah, blah. So, all right, so my grandfather married and grandfather went a little bit loopy. This house can be secured through Tomb Raider stuff. What do you mean through Tomb Raider stuff? There's all types of weird stuff on these doors that the normal my grandmother had to tell me about it. That there's like and my grandfather did have cancer that might have made him go a little bit goofy and whatnot, but most of my doors have Tomb Raider stuff where you could push buttons and you could twist knobs and you can do all types of ridiculous stuff to my residence to secure this like Fort Knox. Okay, so with that being said, I can secure my house like Fort Knox. Prior to going on Route 66, I installed cameras just because I hadn't been away from my house. I hadn't been away from my residence for more than a day or two in 4 years. So I was a little bit anxious about leaving my property for over a month's period of time. So I installed cameras. Nothing happened to my house the entire time I was away. I did not lock it down like Fort Knox. I did not use all the little buttons and all the little sliders and all the little twist things to further lock my house down like Fort Knox. I used what normal people, what's that? Right. So I never used what my grandfather had installed to lock it down like Fort Knox because I never felt I had to. I installed cameras. I used what normal people do. Little twisties on your knobs and deadbolts. I used what normal people did. So I didn't have an issue. I live in a very good neighborhood. I only have 4 houses across the street from me, and my house is the only house on my side of the street. Really safe neighborhood. There's been times I've walked away from my house with my garage door wide open. There's lots of stuff in my garage. And not think twice about it. Oh, it's okay. Nobody's gonna bother it. There's been times where I've left pretty expensive stuff outside, bikes, my side-by-side with the keys in it, my Cadillacs with the keys in it, and I said about the garage door, not thought twice about it. There's been times where I've left my house and oops, I left my front door open and not thought twice about it because I have cameras here, because there's a cop that lives across the street, because I kind of know my neighbors and know that they're good people and that their kids are decent people, right? So, My house wasn't completely secured. My house wasn't completely secured this day. The day before I went on my trip. If you guys didn't know, I did go on a trip. I went to Ocean City, Maryland. I'm back, obviously. I'm in my house. And the day before this happened, here's how my day played out. I woke up. I scratched my boys. We're not gonna get that in depth. So all right, I woke up and we got our bags packed. We got everything situated, and we're getting everything situated in the house. I am locking my windows. We're definitely locking windows. I do lock my windows. I'm not planning on doing the Fort Knox thing with all the little twisties and the buttons and like, dude, if I did a little twisties and the buttons and all the Fort Knox things to the doors that my grandfather has in set, even if you had keys to my house, you wouldn't be able to get into my house. I'm not planning on doing that. I have two dogs. I have a Shih Tzu, which is a Shih Tzu and an American Eskimo. He doesn't like people. He's grown in his older age where he doesn't really like people. At one point, he would run up to people, really happy, jump all over you. I want to be pet. We had taken him down to South Carolina last time and walking him out of the hotel to go potty. Oh, what a cute dog. He is a fairly cute dog. Nice and fluffy, kind of looks like a little sheepdog, and he just kind of hide behind me. Doesn't want nothing to do with people. And the other one is a dog that we acquired on the Route 66 trip that I had talked to you about. Navajo Indian, gifted it to my wife. And it is a Indian pariah dog. It's basically a wild dog. These dogs are left to roam wild in the desert, and their lifespan's 2 to 3 years because they're pretty aggressive dogs, and they like to chase things. And unfortunately, there's roads that run through the desert, and all too often they will chase a car and get hit by a car, get turned up underneath, and they'd be dead. So we rescued this dog from a short life, and he's a good dog. He's very loving. He's an extremely loving dog. But heaven forbid somebody comes in the house, it might end poorly. Okay. So with that being said, we're taking my dogs because we're going to be leaving for a week to my brother's. My brother, he's pretty cool on watching my dogs. He has a large house. He has a large fenced-in yard. So we took the dogs to my brother's. Meanwhile, when we come back, we got some time to kill. My Cadillacs are parked on the road. I don't want them parked on the road. I want them parked on my property. So me and my son are screwing around with my Cadillacs. We are tuning them a little bit. We are charging batteries that need to be charged so they can be parked on my property. Going around the block, I'm noticing many children, which I didn't think twice about. That's good. Kids are getting exercise. Many children just out for hours on end. Who knows? They could be popping in and out of their house to get drinks and sippies and food and whatnot. I live in a good neighborhood. I live in an extremely good neighborhood. I didn't think twice about it, right? So next stage to this plan is get all our stuff in the car. We get all our stuff in the car. We go to the gas station to get drinks. We're hanging out at the house. And I got to put the last Cadillac away, do a little drive around. And again, these kids are outside playing. Whatever, not thinking twice about it. We go out to eat. Where'd we go? Do you remember? Applebee's. My son wanted to go to Applebee's, so we went to Applebee's. We had a good dinner at Applebee's. And again, my wife has a new phone, so the application to notify her of somebody being in her house, of the cameras being moved, of somebody passing in front of our cameras. We didn't get notifications because my wife has a new phone. She does have the app on her phone now, so we will get notifications further. So I pull back up to my house after eating. There's a bike in my yard. I'm a little bit on edge. There's a bike in my yard. I hope there's not somebody in my house. The bike's not mine, okay? The bike's not my son's. The bike, I don't recognize the bike. But whatever. I live in a good neighborhood. Maybe one of the kids just dipped. I left his bike there. Whatever. Maybe he got a flat tire. Whatever. I'm not too on edge, but I'm a little bit on edge. So I get to my front door. We have enclosed porches. I get to my first enclosed porch. I open essentially a screen door. It's a heavy aluminum screen door, and my front door is open. There's two shoes in front of my front door. This is odd. Okay. There's a possibility my son closed the door. There's a possibility my son was the last one out, which I don't think's the case. I'm pretty sure I was the last one out of the house, but there's a possibility. My son didn't close the door all the way and it was left open. Again, not a big deal. I live in a good neighborhood. If the door was left open, the screen door was closed, not a big deal. But I got little shoes. I got some shoes in front of my door that aren't mine, that aren't my son's, that aren't my wife's. There's somebody in my house, okay? They took their shoes off because they're conniving. They took their shoes off because they wanted to tiptoe through the tulips and not be heard in case somebody was in the house. In case grandpa was sleeping on a recliner, I can still tiptoe around and not be heard clickety clack with my shoes, right? So, as soon as I get into my house, whoop, I'm confronted by this kid. And Jay Drone's pretty good on air about not cursing, about not being belligerent. And what? And so as soon as I'm confronted by this kid, my mouth flies. What the F are you doing in my house? Immediately says, I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? This ain't your house, right? So, I mean, I didn't know what to do at that juncture. If that was my boy and he got caught in somebody's house, that would be the first and last house he ever went into, and his butt would be black and blue. I'm not one for belting or paddling like we got, but I promise you, this hand would have hit his rear. And clearly, this child, because I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory that I got on the child. This ain't his first rodeo. I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory, but that would have been the first and last time my son ever did something stupid. My son knows better. All your children, I should hope, know better. If they don't, bring them in. Bring them in when they do something stupid and let them meet your hand. Not in the face. God made a better place. It's on the back end. There's meat back there. Just give them one. And for anybody that disagrees with me, by all means, you could disagree with me. It's 2000 whatever, and I know that's not the thing to do. I know that's what you're not supposed to do. I got yammered with paddles, thick wooden paddles. I turned out all right. But all right, so check it out. So it confront him a little bit back and forth. Then I didn't touch him, and my video can show this. I had him sit down on my stoop, right? Let him sit down on my stoop, and then I tried to. Too many parents shouldn't be parenting, too self-absorbed with their phone. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do. I agree with that wholeheartedly, where they're very absorbed with their phones. They want nothing to do with their children. They don't want to go outside and play catch with their children. They don't want to play kick with their children with balls. They don't want to be involved with their children. They sit them in front of a game system and let Xbox or PlayStation be the babysitter. I get that. And my son even said, like, my wife's like, how did he learn that? Well, if he didn't learn it from a parent, if he wasn't provoked by a parent to go do this, dude, Grand Theft Auto, man. And I'm not dogging video games. I like video games, but dude, Grand Theft Auto story mode, it teaches us how to creep around, right? It'll teach you, and that's why children aren't supposed to play it. That's why I think the first scene of Grand Theft Auto has you sneaking through somebody's house, tiptoeing, and if you run, you get heard. Mission failed, right? So I mean, it all comes down to parenting. If they were prompted or taught by this by their parents, shame on their parents. If their parents are allowing this 10-year-old to be babysat by Grand Theft Auto, by Xbox or PlayStation, he's learning. And again, NC-17. I think that's the rating on the things. I'm not too familiar with the rating, but that's. I mean, he learned it from somewhere. So all right, so I sit him down, and I don't want to interrogate this child. My wife watches all these things on TV where cops interrogate children, and then they lie about stuff, and they're pressured, and then they just tell false accusations. I want a little bit of information, and I don't want to interrogate this child to the point where he starts falsifying information, and I start sweating him. Just really quick questioning. Again, where do you live? I don't know where I live. How don't you know where you live? We just moved here. That was true. That was true. Okay. Although he did know where he lived, but he didn't want to out it, or it might be immature. Right. The M games are not for little kiddies, especially 10 years old. So, I don't know where I live. I just moved here. He told the truth and he told a lie. He did just move to this area. And again, that's why I never had to deal with this, because he's a newcomer in this area. And the information that I'm going to give you about what I've learned about him, will further dictate other stuff. So he does know where he lived. He took the cop to where he lived. Why were you in my house? I don't know. Why were you in my house? I don't know. Why were you in my house? Because my friend went in your house. My friend was in your house and I followed him. Okay. So there's two people in my house now. Now I'm heated. I'm livid. And prior to sitting this kid down, he's crying, "Don't call the cops. Don't call the cops." And I had my wife call the cops. So the cops are en route to scene while I'm questioning the kid. So now there's two people in my house. I haven't been in my house yet. I have not been in my house yet. I haven't been in my house yet. My wife's still on the phone with the cops. They're supposedly en route. My son reports that there's something burning on the back porch. The kid had a lighter in his pocket. I don't know if he's trying to set my back porch on fire or if he's trying to, right. He was burning my wife's credit card papers. My wife had credit card information inside the house. I don't know if he jotted that down with a pen or a pad, and he's more sophisticated than we think he is, and then took a lighter, which was his lighter that he left on my porch. Dude, right? So we get the ashes put out. My house didn't catch on fire, fortunately. I haven't been in my house yet. I'm waiting for the cops to come. I don't want this kid fleeing. I want this kid to get what he deserves. I want. It's not right what happened. So all right, so the cops roll up. The cops roll up, and the lady gets out. Oh, that's my little. Why is the cop lady and the kid talking in the same voice? That's not right. Oh, no, she wasn't that old. I don't know. I'm not even going to fictitious a voice for the cop lady. Right? I'm trying to, like, "Da, da, 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 da." That would be my normal nagging wife voice, and I've given it to the little kid for some reason, too. My voices are screwed up on this. I'm trying to make it entertaining as well. But anyway, so the cop rolls up, and she's like, "Oh, that's my little buddy." My wife goes, "I don't know who your little buddy is, but if it's this kid right here," and I missed the part. I missed the part when I confronted the kid. We'll get to that. I'm gonna bounce back and forth as I keep remembering stuff. My wife says, "I don't know who your little buddy is, but if this is your little buddy, he was in my house, almost burnt down my house, and stole money." So how do we know he stole money? Because again, what I forgot to tell you is when I confronted the kid, and he's saying, "No, don't call the cops." And initially, after I said, "What the f are you doing in my house?" My mind kicked in, and I don't know how it kicked in so swiftly because I was on edge. Okay, so I guess my wife had said my money was missing next to my bed because again, I live in a good neighborhood. Dude, it's my house. I don't feel that I should have to hide my money in my house if I'm not going to take it. It's good on my nightstand, right? So after I said, "What the f are you doing in my house?" I had him run his pockets. I said, "Empty your pockets." Yo, this dude had like $20, $30 in quarters, 50-cent pieces, and silver dollars in his one pocket. Pling! In his left pocket, 200s hit the floor, a couple 20s, a couple fives, and a handful of ones. Yo! Like, really? Really? But anyway, so we're back outside. The cop shows up. This is my little buddy. My wife says, "Hope that, whatever." So she says, "I need to go in your house." Dude, I keep a partially messy house. My wife is on top of me about it. I'm getting better about it. I need to get really better on it. But you enter my house, it looks like a darn toy store. What? Right? This is a haven for any kid. And I mean electronics. I collect video games. I don't use them, but I collect video games. There's electronics out the wazoo. And again, another reason I installed my security system when I left for Route 66. I'm not naive. If I'm gonna be away from my house, I know there's some good stuff in here, right? That's why I have a security system. I didn't ever feel that I would have to use it. So the ladies in my house, and I had yet to look at my DVR yet. I haven't looked at my DVR yet. I don't know that if there was two kids in my house or not. So we're in my house. The kid, we noticed 2 quarts of ice cream on my counter. There's 2 quarts of ice cream on my counter. There's a over exploded hot pocket in the microwave. This kid was hungry, right? Again, back on parenting. If you don't feed a dog, you don't feed a dog for like 3 to 4 days, that dog's gonna get nasty. The dog, right? The dog is going to feed itself. Whether it's going to be biting on somebody, whether it's going to try to catch a rabbit, whether it's going to climb in the garbage. Like a lot of people, like, "My dog got into my garbage," which maybe if you had the garbage up in a proper receptacle, it wouldn't have happened. Maybe you got an extremely nosy dog, or maybe you're just scum and you haven't fed your dog and it was trying to feed yourself. Three scenarios there. You put on the shoe. My dog likes. We generally have the kitchen gated because I generally have a bag of garbage that's accessible to the dogs. And one out of the two dogs is pretty nosy. It's the Indian Pride dog, and he likes to sniff. He'll sniff me for hours when I come in the house, and he likes to get in the new garbage. He's not trying to be malicious. He's well fed, but there's your three scenarios for dogs getting in the garbage. So anyway, I get into my house, and there's this food laying around. I didn't lay this food out. This food wasn't out. I didn't even know we had ice cream. Right? I didn't even know, dude. If J. Drone knew we had ice cream, there would have been ice cream in the house. I like to eat me some ice cream. My wife serves me hand and foot. She's a good wife. She makes the meals. She serves me my ice cream. I don't know what's in my fridge. I don't know what's in the freezer. The Hot Pocket, if we had Hot Pockets too, let me get some, right? Let me get some. Yo, I get hungry at night. Make me a snack. Let me get a Hot Pocket. We ain't had no Hot Pockets in our house. The dude must have burglarized somebody else's house or snuck in the pantry at his house where he wasn't allowed, or the freezer at his house where he wasn't allowed, put that Hot Pocket in his pocket and was looking for a microwave, right? So we get to the kitchen, and the lady wants to see where this dude was trying to light my porch on fire, where he was trying to light the credit card bills on fire, whatever, and it was at the bottom of my steps. And dude, if we didn't get home, because I smelled smoke immediately, I thought, dude, and we live in a good neighborhood. We're allowed to burn here. My neighbors burn garbage, they burn trash, they burn wood. We're allowed to burn. I got a big burn pit out back. The smoke smell didn't raise any attention. A 10-year-old to be that malicious to try to burn down a house did not clue in until my son and my wife found the ashes out back smoldering. They were still smoldering. They were still smoking. So the cop went out there, right? All right. So let's see what happened after that. I don't know what happened after this. So the cop's like, you want to press charges? Well, yeah, I want to press charges, right? I want to press charges, and above all, I want to press charges on this person, the kid's parents. And I kept saying parents, right? And eventually the kid ended up in the back of the police vehicle, and the police lady said that this isn't her first encounter. The other day, they almost hit the kid on a bike in front of our house, and I seen that, and I didn't think nothing twice of it. I thought the kids were out there being neighborly, talking to the police officers in front of my house. We'll get to the other kid. We will get to the other kid, right? Because again, I got security. I know what happened in my house. So she said I almost hit him on a bike because these kids, and again, back to the Cadillac thing, didn't think twice about these kids for being out hours on end because they live in a good neighborhood. You should be able to let your kids ride around and roam free. You should have your kids taught to the point they can ride a 4 to 5 block radius in a really good neighborhood, not get into any mischief, and you don't got to worry about it. And that's what I thought. My son, 18-year-old, between me and my wife, dude, he wants to go on a bike ride out in my neighborhood. I ain't gonna think twice. See you later, buddy. Come back for some refreshments. You get hungry, let's get some snacks in you, right? And I figured that's maybe what's going on. But obviously, these kids are riding around recklessly. They don't know to stop at the main intersections. They don't know to stop around corners. And the cop, right, and their parent was with them. The parent was with them when they was talking to the cops the day before on the bicycles. So they had prior occurrence with this cop. So all right, so check it out. So the lady cop says he's foster parents. He's in a foster home. They just moved here. There's where the kid was telling the truth. They just moved here. I never seen these kids before in my life. I ride them around my block frequently. I ride my bike around my block frequently. Occasionally, I'll take my ATV around the block just to run it. Never seen these kids prior to a day before in front of my house with the cops, and then that day when he broke into the house, right? John says, sound like the kid came from Chicago. He came from a worse place, John. Came from worse place. It's called Hazleton. Oh, Hazleton, Pennsylvania is pretty rough. It's a small city, but it's gotten really rough. But yeah, so that's where he came from. That's where the foster parents came from, right? And I'm not putting anybody's name or address or the kid's face on blast. I didn't do it in the video, although I feel I have every right to, but I'm going to refrain from doing that and being a little bit of a better person and allowing them to have their identity. Although my physical identity of my house has been violated. The kid, no doubt, has told every other kid that he knows, this is the toy house, yeah! There was tons of toys in there, there was money, there was ice cream, there was food. Whoa! I went wild in there! And then I got caught. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And again, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy all this happened because, and I'll tell you why I'm happy it happened in the end. So, all right, check it out. So the lady leaves. The cop lady leaves. I'm watching my DVR. I can see when I left. I can see when me, my wife, and my son left the crib. We left out the front door. My security camera, it turns on and records by motion, by a DVR. I can see when I left. 9 minutes later, not a half an hour, not 15 minutes, not an hour later, 9 minutes later, this kid shows up to my front porch. He opens the door like he owns the place. He spent probably about a half an hour on my front porch. Not gonna lie, I got a couple RCs on the front porch. Right, he was casing. This kid ain't stupid. 10 years old, took the shoes off before he entered the crib to creep around. 9 minutes later, showed up to my house. Any other day of the week, again, my dogs aren't there. At least your neighbors know now. Yes, dude, my neighbors know. I went to the two neighbors across the street. I let them know. I'm like, yo, I'm careless with stuff, and I've been careless with stuff, and I'll leave my garage door open. Don't do it no more because I see them doing the same thing. Dude, we don't bother one another. My neighbor across the street leaves his garage door open. He has a big tool case, probably close to $1,000 worth of tools in that tool case, visible from the road. We don't think twice about it, or didn't, right? So I let them know. My neighbors know. I was the good neighbor and walked over and said, look, this is what had happened. So all right, check it out. So I'm watching my DVR. We leave. 9 minutes later, this kid comes to my house, opens up the door like he owns the joint. I could have locked the screen door, my aluminum screen door. I could have booby trapped the spot. I could have Tomb Raidered it. I didn't feel I had to. I've lived here for almost 5 years. So he's on my front porch. I got a drone on my front porch as well as a couple RC cars. Yo, that's bait, right? That's bait. Take it and leave. I mean, take it and leave, dude. My back porch, same thing. I got a couple drones out there. Take it and leave. My car is generally left open. There's a drone or two in there. There's some change in there. Take it and leave, right? Take it and leave. Nah, this kid was on my front porch for he was on my front porch for maybe about a half an hour. Playing with toys on my front porch, whatnot. Then he dipped off the front porch with a bunch of stuff. You've seen that in the video. He did come back with the one UDI-RC drone. I don't think the kid knew what to do with drones because he also didn't take the controllers and whatnot. The RC cars that he took, I don't know where he took them. I don't know where they are. But again, unless he's going to vroom vroom them like Hot Wheels, he didn't take the controls for that too. So he's a very savvy thief, but as far as what to take besides money, not so savvy. So he spent about half an hour on my porch, and then he comes in my house. Then he goes through my house. He's in my house. He's going through my house. I have a couple dead spots in my house. I have my main entry points hit. I have mostly any entry point that you can come in my house hit with the security camera. So I seen what he did in my house, right? So anyway, I watched the DVR and I'm heated. There's no second kid. There was no second kid. This was a one-man job. There was never a second person in my house. Again, that's one entry point to my left. The other one is where he entered. There's a camera pointing at that door. Anybody that comes through that door, my camera is going off. My DVR is being recorded. I can see nobody came through that door. He went out that door and came in that door a couple times. I'm getting messages. I'll look at that later. Hold on. This is unfortunate. What society? Right. A 10-year-old. I've got a Rottweiler crossed with a Stanford. Right. Exactly. And right, so he did lie to me. He only told one truth. He told one truth when I questioned him, is that he just moved to the area. He knew where he lived. There was no other kid. He told two lies, whatever. But dude, I got two dogs too. He would have been probably eaten up by the one, and he would have my little ankle biter, my Shai Moo, probably would have had Adam, and he probably would have, dude. He probably would have gotten bite marks through that little furry mess because he's pretty aggressive, and he snipped at me once. I don't know why he snipped at me once, but it hurt. He got me. He's a really obedient dog though. He was probably eating, screwing around with him like hardcore, and he probably snipped at me. Little sharp teeth. That kid would have been grass. So Sorry, I watch my DVR. Now I'm heated. I'm livid. I see what he's taken out of my drone room. I wasn't in my drone room prior. So I go in my drone room, and you guys know how my drone room is. It looks like a mess, but I know where everything is. I promise you, I know where every little thing is for the most part. And this kid done took some stuff and was walking on stuff and took one of my classic Cadillac diecasts and broke it. We found it in the living room. All right, so now I'm going to the police station. Dude, the police station for, like, we don't have city police because, dude, we're like 4 blocks deep, 6 blocks wide. We have township police. I have a police officer that lives across the street. I have the Klein Township Police Department, which is at the end of my block. Organize it, still stuff. Right. Even when it was super organized, there's stuff everywhere. So I'm going to the police station. Cop's not at the police station. If the cop car ain't at the police station, she ain't at the police station. She roams Klein Township. Klein Township is pretty small. So I'm hunting the police down, right? I'm looking for the police. And we end up crossing paths. Nose on. I stop in the middle of the roadway. She stops in the middle of the roadway. She says, I need to talk to you. So we meet up, right? Then she's like, I need that money. Like, what you mean you need that money? Like, I got my money. I got my money back. I need that money for evidence. Like, dude, it's like almost $300. I just got that $200 yesterday. Dude, I worked close to 10-hour event. I didn't eat nothing. I did drink a little bit, and I didn't have a break doing a graduation party. I busted my butt. And the person who I did the graduation party for obviously noted that and handed me $200. It made it feel a little bit dirty, but it was a little bit more cleansing that I could see what happened, right? But there's more that happened that we don't know yet, that you don't know yet, unless you're part of my Facebook. So she needs my money. It's like, dude, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow. I didn't want to hit the bank. I didn't want to tap into my reserves. I was taking this money with me, right? I need my money, right? She's like, all right, I'll call the chief and see what he says. The only way that I get to keep my money is by not pressing charges and by not having it put into evidence. So at this juncture, I'm like, yo, all right, I really want my money. I work hard for my money. You know what? Kid's 10. We don't got to press charges on him, but I definitely still want charges pressed on his parents, right? So let me have my money, right? And then she said, okay, I'll call the police. Well, she is the police. Yeah, that happened to me probably about 20 years ago. I'll call the chief again. We'll make sure you get your money. So she calls the chief. She's like, the only way that you're going to be able to press charges against his parents is if you press charges on him. And with that being said, your money has to be had. So there's no way about it. I want charges pressed on the parents. $300 out of my pocket, whatever. And how long am I gonna have to wait to get my money back? 6 to 12 months. Yo, 6 to 12 months to get my money back? What? Come on. Right. So I've been robbed twice. I got my money back. Now I'm getting my money taken back from me. I did get a receipt. So now I got my money jacked from me twice. So the whole reason I was looking for the lady is to let her know, not to be told that I got to give her my money back, but to let her know that there was only one kid. There was only one kid in the house. He was lying about that, and she was riding around looking for the second kid's house that he described as a yellow house, which was fictitious. This kid is on point. He was giving details. My buddy was in the house. Well, do you know your buddy's name? He did give his buddy's name. Do you know where your buddies live? No. Do you know whereabouts he live? Yeah. He lives in a yellow house. Just got a shit. Right. So they was looking for the yellow house when I found her. So all right, check it out. So back at my house, the lady comes back to my house. She was like, you need to fill out this form, et cetera, and blah, 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 blah. At which point she leaves. I get back in my house. I now want to document, she says, can you send the chief the DVR footage? Absolutely. I already got it recorded on my cell phone. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe they couldn't wait to get the money after. Right. Or, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Dude, photocopy my money. The police officer's words not good enough that that money was there. Take pictures of my money. Right? Need to actually have it physically in evidence. So she's like, you got to fill out this form. Please get it to the police station as soon as possible. I'd greatly appreciate it. That way we can move forward. There's something else I was going to say. I don't remember. Oh, she wanted me to send the DVR footage to the chief, which I already had recording on my cell phone. And so I sent it to him, right? So now I'm in my house. I'm trying to chillax. My wife is on the phone with her family. She's stressed out. There's a lot of stress in the house. Get out of here, puppy dog. So I'm not filling out this form. I'm just not filling out the form. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take a walk and go to the police station. I'm gonna fill out the form there. That way I can just get out of the environment, right? So I get there. She hands me a form. We fill it out. I talk to the chief, and the chief gives me a little bit more details. This kid has hit 3 other homes since he's been in this neighborhood, which he hasn't been in the neighborhood for long. He's hit 3 other residential neighborhoods, not neighborhoods, residential housing facilities. I guess that's what you want to call it. Houses. He's hit 3 other houses. He's hit 3 other houses and a church. A church. Why would you hit a church? A church, right? And again, to more give you a little bit of detail on this kid, when he's sitting waiting for the cops to show up, he's not crying. He's stone cold. This kid was stone cold. My wife's saying sociopath at 10 years old. That's tough. This kid was stone cold, like whatever, like the hardest dude that you can meet, and the hardest. I'm gonna say ghetto. I'm not saying that's where hard dudes are from, but if you roll up in the ghetto and you encounter some hard dude that'll take your necklace off you, to jack you for your stuff, get caught by the police, it don't matter. Whatever, lock me up. I'll be out. Right? That's the mentality this kid had for a 10-year-old. So I get that information and whatever. All right, so whatever. The person that's supposed to be watching him is now in the police station. Before I leave, she's apologizing, and I want to go off, but I don't want to make a scene. I'm in the police station. I want to go off, so I'm just listening to what she has to say. Perfecting a crime one day at a time. Perfecting a crime one day at a time. Dude, my dogs weren't here. This is the one day out of like how many months that my dogs ain't here. I don't know how long this kid's been in the neighborhood. Everybody and their mother knows I have a dog. The bigger dog that we got from New Mexico is basically a house dog because he can't be trusted outside. He's crazy. My Shai Mu, I built him a little house. He gets tied outside. He can't be left out in a fenced yard because he climbs fences. Often I'll find him on top of the roof of his house that I built for him because he climbs the fence that I have there to keep people separated from him. But he's generally outside and he yips at everybody. Everybody knows I have dogs, dude. I walk my dogs. I have dogs. And I don't think it was coincidence that this kid showed up 9 minutes later. I don't think it was coincidence that this kid took his shoes off. I don't think it was coincidence that my dogs weren't in the house. At 10 years old, and dude, he hit 3 other houses. Hit 3 other houses and a church. And had a stone cold, I don't care type facade to him. None of this I find coincidental. The fact that he had moolah, a large amount of moolah in his pocket, I don't think he accidentally stumbled across it. I think he was looking for it. The fact that my back porch was smoldering, I don't think that was coincidence. I don't think the kid was walking around with a lighter in his pocket by coincidence. I think this kid had horrible malicious intent. And the reason I think that is the end game, the signature, right? Anybody watch Home Alone? Does anybody remember watching Home Alone? The people that were burglarizing the homes, diagnosed sound, right. And my wife's good. My wife's good with that type of stuff. She watches crime videos like all the time to the point where I never would really want to make her mad because she cooks my meals and she can probably take me out without a trace. That's one of the videos that she watches on TV. Right? Should have been able to press charges for stealing drone. Right. Well, no, I'll get to remind me. You're still with me, Jay. You've been with me through this whole feed. Remind me to reiterate on what charges. Dude, he's getting hit heavy. So what was I saying? I was saying something. I don't know what I was saying. The end game. Home Alone. Kevin McAllister, right? The burglars is hitting the houses. What were they called? Does anybody remember what they called themselves, or what the newspaper dubbed them? Anybody remember their end game, the signature move before they dipped out of the house? This is a little Q&A with J Drone. Wet bandits, bam, right? Bam! People have seen that movie. Serial killers have signature moves. Hardened burglary people have signature moves. Wrestlers on WWE have signature moves, right? Dude, this kid got a signature move. This kid had a signature move. He went into, like, dude, where he found the money, right? Where he found the money, there's a large bathroom there. It has a very large tub next to it. It has a full sink. It has a stand-up shower, and it has a toilet. Okay? I do have a spare bathroom. I generally don't have company over. I generally don't have people in my house because that's just how I am. That I basically use for storage. There's a toilet in my spare bathroom. There's a tub and a shower in my spare bathroom. There's a sink in my spare bathroom. The kid, I'm guessing, prior to me walking in my house, whether it was minutes before or whether it was as soon as he got in the house, maybe it was his starting move. Maybe it was the first hit combo. I don't know. I don't know when it happened. That's a black area. That's a dead zone in my house. I don't have cameras in there. I don't have cameras down the hallway. I don't know when this happened. If I watch my DVR and can figure out when I lost him on my DVR for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, however long it took, I could probably figure it out. He took a deuce, a number 2, a diarrhea, number 2, on my floor and on my shop vac. That's malicious. Go to the bathroom. I mean, you're already in my house. You've been in my house for 2 hours. I got it on DVR. He was in my house for 2 hours. You've been in my house for 2 hours. I have running water. I have ice cream. I have food. I got toys. I got a toilet. By all means, go use it and wipe your butt. Like, really? So, how do I know this is his signature move? This could have been just like one of you guys, right? Right. One of you guys do security. It's either on Facebook or on here, and say, generally when somebody is burglarizing a home, they get an adrenaline rush. And it's not uncommon for them to have to unload, right? But again, the maliciousness of it, go use the bathroom. If your adrenaline is raging that much and you just got to drop one, I know, and actually I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Before soccer games, we would have pregame deuces. A lot of us would get just high anticipation to go play that soccer game. That about half the team would be taking a pregame deuce. We had high adrenaline rushing, and so I can see eye to eye with that analogy about burglars having to go. So at that juncture, I take photos of it. I walk back down to the police station. I said, hopefully, was watching on phone, so I had to switch to laptop. Loving the detail. Right? I mean, again, once the trial happens and everything happens and this gets moving forward, I am going to keep you guys up to date with it. That way you guys can know what you can look forward to. I am using an Eagle One security system. I absolutely love it. I'm using a 720p wired system. Has a DVR. Cost a couple $100, but in the end game, even if this kid would have left, I would have had a complete face. Have his face entering my property, took him to the police station. The police lady was already familiar with him. He would have got caught. I was fortunate to catch him in the act. But yeah, so I mean, the detail is a little bit for entertainment purposes, a little bit to keep you guys up to date, a little bit to show you the mind of a sophisticated 10-year-old dude, 10 years old. Like, even when I went across the street to my neighbor and told him about it, yo, you better make sure you're starting to lock stuff up. And we'll get to my locking up now and get to why I'm fortunate this happened, because I am fortunate this happened. Despite the fact I'm out some RC equipment, despite the fact that I had to clean up some kid's diarrhea poo, despite the fact that I had to go without $300 some odd, close to $300 right before a trip that I could really have used. What's scary about all that? There are kids. Right, right, right. I'll get to that too. I'm very fortunate this happened, and I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to go neighbor, we're going to go to gun, and then we'll get to fortunate. So I went over to my neighbor and I told him, you better start locking your stuff up. I don't know how careless you are, but I'm very careless with my garage, with my shed, with my outbuildings, with my house, period, because I think we live in a good neighborhood. I told him what happened. And then when I told him a 10-year-old did it, he said, like, dude, he was shocked. He was shocked. It was like somebody took his bunny rabbit and turned it into a giraffe. I don't know that he has a bunny rabbit, but if he did have a bunny rabbit and somebody turned it into a giraffe, that would be the look on his face. Told him as a 10-year-old. He could not believe that it was a 10-year-old. I believe that's around the age of his children. He has 2 children over there as well. All right, so the gun thing. So yeah, there are kids that are walking around, hopefully not prevalent in my neighborhood. Again, I live in a good neighborhood. These people just moved to my neighborhood, and this kid is ransacking the area. Getting an alarm. Mine was scared. Right. This is not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. Right. Right. I mean, in some neighborhoods, maybe. In my neighborhood, no. I mean, in the great town of Hazleton that has gone backwards a little bit, possibly, very possibly. In hard up neighborhoods in Chicago, in Bronx, maybe in third world countries, absolutely. There are 10-year-olds rocking guns. In my neighborhood, no, there shouldn't be, but with what just happened here, there's a very good possibility of it, and that's my major concern now. That is my major concern now. What if this 10-year-old was strapped? He obviously had a lighter on him. Right, and Journey with Jay's from my area, probably Hazleton. When I was 10, 1 and 2, Mulder. Right, exactly. Right. You would go try to get some money, knock on doors, to shovel, to do lawnmower stuff. I work for DJJ facility. Nothing shocks me anymore. Right, exactly. So it's getting rough out there, man. But again, what if I'm at work? And my wife works with me, but she doesn't go to work with me all the time. What if I'm at work? I mean, granted, she has 2 dogs here. One's going to be outside. The other one's going to be attached to her hip. So she's probably going to be good. But what if I'm at work and a 10-year-old walks in the crib and he's strapped? That's scary, right? That is scary. That's scary. So anyway, all of this. The good old days are gone. I had 5 years of the good old days. I had 5 years of the good old days. That's why I moved here. Right. That's why I moved here, to get away from Hazleton. I had a Plymouth Breeze, not a fancy car, didn't have tints on it, didn't have power, anything. I had a dope stereo in it. I had about $500 in the center console. Pretty careless, right? Doors are left open. Don't break my window. You want to go get something, go get it. Leave my car alone. That's the only car that I had at the time. I lived in a second floor apartment with my wife that overlooked my car. I figured, yo, somebody's screwing with my car. It's right outside our bedroom window. I'ma hear it. No stress. Right? Well, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear what happened. I get down to my car the next day. My window's smashed. My driver's side window is smashed. The brick that they smashed it with, that they threw through the window, is still in my car. My stereo system is still in the car. My money in my center console is still in the car. My stereo, my money in the center console, still in the car. They didn't take nothing. They probably didn't even open the door. It was just somebody walking by, probably a 10-year-old kid, with a brick, and threw it through the window through the window. Okay, a very senseless act. So in that juncture, it was time to move. It's time to get out of the area. I'm gonna get a wallet. So you do. I have a wallet. I don't use it, Jay. I really don't use it. So all right. So Andy Griffith Show. Anybody remember that? Andy Griffith Show. I need to look it up. We need to hear this theme song, the whistling from the Andy Griffith Show. Andy Griffith Show song. Here we go. Theme song. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Right? We're gonna get it. I need to hear this. This is where I lived. And Andy Griffith is way before my time. If you don't know what Andy Griffith is, look it up. Andy Griffith was a black and white TV show. It was a good old wholesome town. It is a wholesome town, yo. That's where I lived for the past 5 years. Oh, whoa, demonetization coming up. All right, we ain't playing it. All right. Bamzo, thanks, Jay. So I don't want this demonetized. I work hard trying to do this stuff. So anyway, they had a whistling tune to it. I was on the brink of playing that. Y'all here, check it out. Go and play the Andy Griffith song. Dude, it's chill. Go and watch Andy Griffith. That's where I lived for the past 5 years. Even prior to this, a week prior to this, I sold my mom's husband a table saw, a Craftsman table saw that I wasn't using. I have no more use for it anymore. The county that I live in doesn't like me building stuff because I don't like to get permits. I understand that, so I don't need the table saw. So I sold him a table saw, and he went to look at it when I was at work. He messaged me or had my mother call me, I think, or he called me. Somebody had called me. You left your garage open. This was like days before this happened. Oh, shucks. Can you close it for me? Can you lock it up for me? No. It's cool. That's all right. Nobody will bother it. And nobody did. For 5 years, I've lived in the good old town. I was around a maintenance guy the other day, whistling. I had to run it. Right. So y'all know the whistling. Y'all know the good old days. And it's sad that the good old days have come close for me. Because I did. I was careless, and I've been careless, and it's because of where I thought I had lived. It's because of the quality of life that I thought I had lived. Not to be completely careless and not have cameras installed just for peace of mind. That's why those cameras were there. The cameras were installed for peace of mind. The cameras were never intended for me to ever have to use them, to ever have to go on that DVR and check them out, because I live in a great neighborhood. But back to me being fortunate. We're going to wrap this up unless you guys have any other questions or comments, concerns. I'm fortunate this has happened because this could have been a lot worse. This could have been a 16-year-old. This could have been somebody my age, a hardened criminal my age, where they didn't come in to just take money, eat my ice cream, poop on my floor, and play with a lighter out back. This could have been a hardened criminal. This kid was methodical. This kid had it together. This could have been a hardened criminal that backed a truck up to my door and unloaded my house, destroyed my house, had it in their mind that they were going to burn it down. All that could have happened. And I'm fortunate this kid didn't happen. I'm fortunate more hardened criminal than this kid didn't come into my property. I'm fortunate all the things that I stated didn't happen, but it's made me realize that I no longer live in the Andy Griffith town. I no longer live in a black and white TV show where everything's going to be all right. So now when I leave my house, deadbolt gets hit, and that's the deadbolt. Door lock gets hit, that's the door lock. The screen door outside there gets hit, it gets boobied, and it gets Tomb Raidered, right? That's the backside. All the windows are locked. I have a shed out back. Maybe some of you guys have seen my shed that I do FPVing around, which you'll probably see if you look. Hardened criminal wouldn't care if your doors. This is true. They wouldn't care if the doors are locked or not. This is very true. My shed out back now gets locked. It also gets hit with a padlock. I've installed swing latches on that door, the back door, the front door, my garage, all with keyed padlocks. So yes, now we're getting to the heightened security here where a hardened criminal may have had an easier time getting in my house because my locking up methods were a little bit relaxed. They're not anymore. they're not anymore because I realized what could have happened. So now the barriers that you have to get into my outbuildings, which were really easy. Anybody and their mother could have got into my outbuildings, my sheds, my garage and whatnot were really easy. Now are hit with multiple keys that you're gonna have to go through it. You're gonna have to come with bolt cutters. And all the booby trapping that my grandfather already had in set, the little twist knobs, the little push buttons, the little things. Again, if you had keys to get into my house, you wouldn't be able to get in my house, even with all the padlocks. It's now to the point where, and again, that's the sickening part. That's the sickening part. Like somebody said, you kind of feel disgusted. You kind of feel violated that somebody was in the house, and I don't feel too violated that he was in my house. What up, brother? I don't feel too violated he was in my house because I can see and I can get a feel of what he did in my house, and what he took, etc. Where it hurts me and where it hits me and where I'm at complete disgust is the good old wholesome town that I lived in for 5 years now. Ain't so wholesome anymore. Um, yeah, one family. I mean, eventually it would have probably happened. I now have to lock my house up like Fort Knox. Generally, sad one has to go through all that. I have a bunch of cameras around my place too. Right, and I'm getting more cameras. I have more channels on my DVR. I know where my dead spots are. I knew where my dead spots were. I didn't think it was an issue having those dead spots, but I'm getting more cameras. I am getting more cameras. And again, I'm fortunate this happened. A lot of people would demise the kid, would hate the kid, would hate the kid's family. I don't. There's a lot that needs to be learned from the kid. There's a lot that needs to happen with that kid's family. Excuse my thumb. My hand's going numb. My older age, holding things for a long period of time, my hand goes numb. Carpal tunnel maybe, pinched nerve. I don't know. But I'm fortunate it happened. It is what it is. The kid's forgiven. Am I gonna go get him a chocolate milkshake and give him a drone? No. Um, the parents are forgiven. Am I gonna go to their house once a week and hand them $300? No. I've learned from this, and hopefully some of you guys have learned from this. Hopefully some of you guys that live in the same neighborhood that I live in, not per se the same exact town, but the same quality of life that you think you have, where it's like, dude, I'm just running to the gas station. He can't be forgiven until he pays for some kind of. I've already forgiven him. I have forgiven him. And hopefully he'll get hit. Hopefully both of them will have to pay. I'm not harboring malice. I'm not harboring hate towards him. That's the way that I've grown to be. There was a point in period of time where payback, retribution, a little bit's gonna come back to you through my own hands. I know where they live. I know the vehicles they drive. I know where the kids hang out. We were robbed in 2005. It took years for us to figure everything is still now. Right, right. And you Fort Knox it. You Fort Knox it. I mean, it's my life is not to live with that. I don't like stuff on my shoulders. I don't like harboring hate towards people. And they're forgiven. And I really hope that the kid learns from it. I hope that the parents get a harsh punishment. Use some strong servos to bolt doors from inside. Use right. I mean, dude, my security is being heightened. Getting into my house takes me several minutes. Several minutes to unkey everything, to unturn everything, to unpush all the buttons that my grandfather had it set that are literally Tomb Raider type stuff where they're invisible to the eye. And had my grandmother not told me about all of them, I would be impervious to all of it. Hi, awesome channel DJI Spark Flyer. What up? I love DJI Spark. That's the drone that I take with me on my vacations. Yeah, so I mean that's that. I don't know where else I was going with this. I was going somewhere else with it. Trying to reach a message out to you guys. If you live in Andy Griffith Town, if you live in a wholesome neighborhood, I don't care if you lived there 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I'm going to the store. I'm going to the store for a drink. Dude, I'm leaving my front door unlocked. Or dude, I'm leaving my porch door unlocked. I'm leaving my classic car unlocked. I'm leaving my antique car parked outside of my house with the keys in it. Right? Yes, thank you, Jay. See, Jay's on point. Jay's on point. We're gonna talk about the charges he's hopefully getting slapped with. Guys, please, please, for the sake of you, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your stuff, for the sake of your sense of mind, lock your stuff up tight. I've not been one to do it. Even when I lived in a city, I left my car unlocked. I figured, dude, don't vandalize my car. Don't break into my car. Don't damage my car. Take my stuff that's inside my car. And senseless act. They just vandalized my car. Lock your stuff up, man. Or You see, it's tough. It's tough. If you got cars sitting outside, senseless acts can happen. Maybe leave a $10 bill. If you got it like that, leave a $10 bill. Leave a $10 bill, not in plain sight, but leave it in there if they pop the door. 10 years old. 10 years old. I don't know. It's tough to say what vehicles outside because they could spray paint them. I had vehicles spray painted before in the city. They could vandalize them for no reason. Vehicles, I'm not going to touch on vehicles. You go about that with your own sense of mind. But your houses, safeguard them. Safeguard them. I don't care where you live. I don't care how long you've been living there. I don't care what type of Andy Griffith Town you think you have. Safeguard them. From this point on, if you are watching this, I don't care if you're watching it live. I don't care if you're watching the playback. Please, please safeguard them. All right, so charges on the kid and hopefully on the parents. Hopefully on the parents they get charged with endangerment of a child, endangering the welfare of a child, leaving the child out for 6 to 8 hours unattended. Hopefully they get charged with right, they're foster parents. They're parents that have more kids like this. Because no doubt, if they have tons of kids, the one kid that knows all this stuff is probably teaching the other kid how to get that quick money, how to go get that ice cream in somebody else's house, how to go heat that hot pocket that you've stolen from the pantry or maybe somebody else's house. Neglect. Like, I don't know what the parents are getting charged with. I have a pretty good idea what the kid's going to get charged with. Despite the fact he didn't break my door, he's getting charged with breaking and entering. He's also getting charged with arson. He's getting charged with multiple felony accounts of burglary. He's also getting charged with, I think,
Arson?
yes, arson. If I didn't say that, even though he was not, even though he was the person to steal the property, I believe he's getting charged with receiving stolen property because he received it on his own. I don't know how that makes sense, but he's getting a book thrown at him. And I hope it sticks. I hope it sticks. And again, I harbor no hate towards him. I was not the perfect person growing up. I was not the perfect teenager. I was not the perfect early 20-year-old. I wasn't. It's pretty ruthless. Not gonna lie. It took a lot for me to grow up. This kid has a chance to face what he's done at an early age and hopefully grow from it. I would like to see him thrown in juvie. Yeah, felony's bad. Felony's the worst. Like, you can have a summary offense, a misdemeanor, and a felony. Felony is the highest charge you can get against you. I hope he gets thrown in juvie. He needs supervision. What?
There's posting on it.
About what?
Somebody flew 11,000 feet and whatever up in the air.
Yeah.
And at first it was just one comment being reported because of the drone police, but the whole post is full of drone police and people being angry that he posted this and saying he get in trouble.
Sorry, guys. There's people that are posting extremely high flights.
So I'm just gonna delete the whole post.
No, or yeah, just delete the whole post. No, just delete the whole post. Sorry, there was drama going on in drone days. Somebody that was flying extremely high, which we don't have drone police in drone days, but some people are hard up on the rules, and it's a big shammer. But anyway, I don't know where I was. Anybody know where I was before I got deviated? I don't know. Charges, talking about the charges. Yes. Oh, juvie. 10-year-old. 10-year-old, dude. And I don't want him to go to juvie. I don't want him to go to adult jail, which I don't foresee them ever throwing a 10-year-old in adult jail, although I think it has happened in the past. But I hope he gets thrown in juvie. Not for now he's in kid jail or any, no, he needs guidance. What?
Milton Hershey.
Right. Or dude, I went to a private school to keep me out of trouble. I went to a private school to keep me out of trouble, and that would also be a good bet. That'd also be a good bet because it was. The reason I did not get into a lot of trouble as an adolescent growing into high school, I was highly supervised. I was highly supervised and encouraged to play sports, encouraged to play the trombone. You guys probably didn't know that. I played the trombone. Right. I was in choir, dude. I 1 year I did cheerleading. I did tap, jazz, and ballet. I took tap, jazz, and ballet classes, dude. he is a firebug and must be taken out of circulation. Right,
Play
right.
with it.
And right now, I think juvie. I think juvie is the proper place for that. I think he needs to be taken out of circulation. In that
But see, at this
fact,
juncture too, he might be worse when he gets back in there.
right. My wife says he might be worse, but I'm not dealing at what he might be afterwards. Right now, he needs to be supervised. He needs to be supervised. He needs to be instilled, have that instilled. And Jay, I don't hear anything about arson. Can you explain? Only been here arson. Yes, he's well. Oh, you didn't hear me say anything about the kid about arson. So when I originally came to my house, I smelled smoke. And we live in the howdy doody type Andy Griffith neighborhood where we're allowed to burn stuff out back. I have a huge burn pit out back, so might learn the wrong things in juvie. Well, that's true too. I was kind of getting at that. Right. Edwin's 100% right. So when I came to my house, I smelled smoke. Didn't think twice about it because this neighborhood we're allowed to burn stuff in our backyard, and we do, and I do. But my son and my wife found smoldering papers on my back porch. The kid was trying to burn down my back porch. The smoldering papers that didn't smolder all the way have been put into evidence with my money, my almost $300. So he will be charged as a firebug with
I think
arson.
that the whole juvie thing too. I think the kid, being he's a foster kid, probably just needed his foster parents to give him
Right.
love
The,
and
the, the,
attention.
the kid probably just needed
Love,
proper guidance and love
attention,
from his foster parents that were probably on Facebook. And there's nothing wrong with
and he was
Facebook.
bored and he was
They were
bothered.
probably on Facebook playing Candy Crush or whatever the new game is and just go outside and stay outside. That's probably what happened. Probably what happened. Am I condoning
No, he's so
what the kid did? Absolutely not. But again, like somebody had said, if he gets put in juvie, there is a very good possibility he'll learn more in there because there are more hardened people in there. But it will take him out of circulation for a period of time and hopefully be able to condition him properly. Can you do a shout out for me? Awesome channel, DJI Spark Flyer. You just got your shout out. I don't know that I could do it on my next video. I'm horrible with that, trying to remember to give people shout outs in my next video, which my next video will be footage from the Firefly camera. And I might actually go out and fly. I got 2 batteries charged. Might actually go back out and fly that. It's a little bit windy, so I can't fly super high. I get a little bit floppy up in air. Man, do it for the right reasons, but there are foster parents that just want, and that's what this is.
yeah.
That's what this is the
See,
case is
tell the
because
see the
I
children
also
called on her for
right
her
the,
regular
the
kid.
this person and this family come from Hazleton, and I'm not saying everybody from Hazleton is bad. I'm from Hazleton. um I was a bad individual when I was a youth in Hazleton. Not a youth, but like 19 on up. Just was risen a little bit, but be clear now. Thank you for the weather update, brother. Again, Journey with Jay. Urbex videos, check him out. He's one of my friends locally. We live fairly local to one another. We've met. Bamzo, DJ Spark, no problem. Can you do a shout out for Love My Drones? Tell him I said hi. Love my drones. RC Fun says hi, and if I can remember to do that in the next video, which I probably won't be able to, I'll do it. So don't hold your breath on that. But I did it right now for you. Where was I going? I was going somewhere. Oh man, where was I going? What did you say last?
The parents need to give him love and attention.
Parents. The parents. So check it out. So this family is from Hazleton and moved to Andy Griffith Town, good old neighborhood that I live in, and the kids hit 3 houses and a church in a small period of time that he's been here. But prior to moving to the Andy Griffith town, they were in Hazleton. My wife, somebody in my wife's family worked with this lady, and this lady has had children and youth called on her with her own kids. Right, has had children and youth called on her with her own kids. Did anybody win? Yes, somebody did win. Somebody did win. You won a run cam. You won the run cam. The run cam that I did a giveaway a while ago. That was before I even had a run cam. So this lady's been in trouble before. She's obviously been neglecting kids for a long period of time. And yes, she's probably been she's probably in the foster parent game for the moolah, for the Candy Crush moolah, for that Facebook money so she keep on playing, so she gets more power. and she just sends the kid outside. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the rest of the story. I will get the rest of the story because if the cops do not contact me within a week, I am going to go to the police station when I see the cop car there and get an update on this. I'm trying to get Jay to change his mind. Trying to get Jay to change his mind on what? What about what? Um, Now I haven't seen the kids since I've been back home. I have done a
Seen any kids.
like I've seen no kids. Like Andy Griffith Town has been a Twilight Zone where dude, all the kids have vanished. Right? I've seen no kids since I've been back, and it's been fairly nice out today. Like Jay said, it might be drizzling now, but I've been looking for kids. I've seen no kids. So one of two things happened. Children and youth got involved, like hopefully they should have, and kids got yanked. And maybe parents got yanked and in jail, press charges. That'd be great, right? That'd be one scenario. The other scenario is a very unfortunate one and might be true, and I can only speculate on it up until I get an update. I see no kids. There was a bunch of kids this lady had. I see no kids. This lady, and again, I'm assuming she's playing Candy Crush. I'm assuming she's involved in social media. I'm assuming she's in front of a TV where she's not parenting these kids because they were out and about for 68 hours that day prior to my house being burglarized. Um, a very unfortunate thing may have happened that I don't see no kids. They might be locked in a room. They might be locked in a basement.
Hopefully not.
Right? Hopefully not. But they either children or youth got involved or this lady has gone to drastic measures where she's gone that route because she's not changing overnight. They she was in Hazleton. Children and youth called on her own kids. Now she's in my town, fostering kids. She's not changing overnight. I'm hoping children and youth got involved. I'm hoping these kids aren't locked inside a house. And again, clearly the child was hungry because instead of coming in my house looking for valuables, looking for money, even though he did find money, looking for this, and that, he took the time to eat. He was hungry. So hopefully, children and youth got involved and these kids aren't locked in a building, in a room, and being neglected. But again, I've seen no kids. So those are my two speculations. But all right, guys, I'm Jay Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely get at me. Aerial surveillance. Hold on. Aerial surveillance required on the roof with the dude. I've thought about that. I'm going to touch on that. All they have to do is watch some of your abandoned videos on place. Dude, right. Watch some of my abandoned videos or Jay's abandoned videos, Urbex videos. I have a whole abandoned section on Jay Drone channel. Journey with Jay, that's what he does. Check his stuff out. Hazleton's rough. And some of the spots that we go into, we find people still dwelling in them. We find children's toys, children's blankets. We find that families were living in these spots. Hazleton's rough, man. Not to say there's not good parts, but there's a lot of bad parts. But yeah, dude, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that multiple times, like hooking up, because how long can a drone run on a regular battery emitting FPV quality? Some of my drones, like my bigger drones, 10 to 15 minutes. How long would it run without idling motors on top of the crib? Dude, FPV camera for life, right? That battery, that LiPo battery will run forever. But yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about that. Definitely would have to waterproof a system or something. That'd be a cheap way to go. Have a 5.8 gigahertz system in the house and a bunch of AIOs spread out through the entire property. That'd actually be pretty dope. Something to think about. But all right, guys. Where are the kids? Probably forming. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, John. But all right, guys, I appreciate you checking in. I'm gonna end this feed. Congratulations to our winner, which was Chris, my man from Canada, and the two lucky runners up, Willie and my man flying Jersey. If you're not a part of Drone Days, that's a free group. It's huge. It's like 23, 24K deep. If you want to be a part of these giveaways, check out Drone Exclusives. On Facebook, it's 99 cents a month. It's a thank you to me, and for me to thank you back to you. I'm throwing drones out monthly. Had a good time, Jay. As I said, FYI, got back to you. Excuse me, on the board off. Okay, had a fun time. Tell the missus I said hi. FYI, I go way back to you on the boardwalk. Later, bro. Yes, absolutely, Jay. Anytime. Gotta catch you live. Bamzo. I'm gonna go fly, hopefully, or the wife's gonna feed me some yum yums because she
Wife is
was.
cooking you.
What's that?
Wife is cooking you
Wife is
dinner.
cooking. Yeah, dude, I can smell it. I have a great wife. If anybody wants to hire a cook for home, my wife can hook it up. I don't know that she's actually agreed to that, but if you want a good home cooked meal, my wife could hook it up. Pay her good, she'll feed you good. I send love to her. That's my payment, and I get fed great. Go get ice cream. I think we tossed those quarts.
Yeah.
You and your wife, yeah, we did toss those quarts. Everybody have a good weekend. Everybody have through the case off the roof. Yes, throwing a bugs off the top of my roof to test the durability of a case. My channel has a lot, guys. I have a lot. If you ever get bored, troll my channel, man. I got stuff off of drones. I got reviews of hotels, all types of stuff. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't.